Hello. Good day. Let's go. Let's go. Right into it. Today's theme is going fast. There's no theme. There's never a theme. But I can't stream for very long today because my throat is kind of dying from last time. So I'm gonna do half the length. I'm not climbing 25 for 50. I'm doing 25 today. Also, there's just some other stuff I want to do. See, I'm too honest. I can't say yeah, it's all my throat. Like yes, my throat is a major part of it, and if my throat was feeling better, I'd be more inclined to stream. My throat is not feeling very good. I spent all day today. Well, not all day. I spent my afternoon today pruning trees. Have you guys ever pruned a tree before? It's such an interesting experience. Every single time I prune a tree, I mean, these trees in particular, they're fruit trees. My family has fruit trees in the back of our backyard, or in the back of our house, the back of a yard. In the backyard, we have fruit trees. And the thing about fruit trees is, well, they're fruit trees. I'm sure they're special in their own way, but I actually don't know why they're special. I just know that they're not quite the same as regular trees when it comes to pruning. I think I might just be wrong though, because in reality I'm not really good at pruning trees. I say I'm pruning trees, and it's true. It's because I am pruning a tree. But that doesn't mean I'm good at pruning trees. I'm pruning trees because I have to prune trees. Because you see, the thing is, tree pruners are fucking scammers, and landscapers, they're also scammers. They're all in the same family of scammers. Because if you pay someone to prune your trees for you, it'll cost you a couple $1,000s, and it's not even guaranteed that they'll do a good job. Or so I've heard. That's what happened last year with my trees. Is that outsourced the pruning to someone else, and it was horrible. They didn't do anything. So this year it's back to me pruning the trees. Actually, last year I guess I did. No one pruned the trees last year. We skipped a year, but that's an issue in and of itself. Is skipping pruning trees. Also, 176,000. That's a lot of points. I guess it's because it was relatively fast. But we're stat enhancement 15. I think all this has taught me immediately compared to yesterday is that this Ye Shenguang character is, as everyone has expected and was well aware of, is incredibly OP. Because I can do combats that are not Ye Shenguang and still be fine because she's Ye Shenguang, you know? So long as it's not physical resistance, I will be okay. Oh, whoopsies, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever, I guess. Yes, today's stream will be on the shorter end, but you know, I am still here. I'm still here and I'm still streaming. The thing is, like, I was considering if I don't feel like streaming, I just won't stream, right? But at the end of the day, I guess I can't do that. Like, I'm a man of my word, even if my word doesn't mean very much. Like, I said that I would stream today, so I am streaming today. But if I only stream for like 10 minutes, does it count as streaming? It does. It does technically still count as streaming. But obviously it's not going to be 10 minutes. Or we're going to be going for much longer. We're going at least, I'm expecting around like an hour or so. I think an hour is a pretty good estimate. Hour and a half, perhaps. I think around an hour and a half, maybe only an hour, who knows. But yeah, at the end of the day, I am here, and that's better than not being here. But yeah, I wanted to talk about pruning trees today because I spent my day pruning trees. But the thing is, I don't know how to prune trees, right? So I obviously had to look it up. I was like, how to prune trees, and my mom was like, you should just use AI to learn how to prune trees, and I was like, that's a good idea. That's not what I said. I don't use AI to search up anything. Because like the thing is, like, okay, here's the thing about AI, okay? I don't hate AI. I'm not an AI hater by any means. I'm actually quite the AI supporter. I think AI is the future. It has a ton of potential. And, well, I mean, not generative AI, not necessarily generative. Oh my god, I had to sneeze. Quick fire on that escape button. I've gotten so used to just I've gotten so used to pressing escape on everything. Now we're gonna ult here, so even though we're not hitting anything, we're getting our field down so that we can go straight into form, not have to worry about anything again. Very cool. But yeah, AI, I think AI is the future, but that doesn't mean I think AI is the present. That's why I say AI is the future. It's not the present, it's the future. And like the current state of AI is, I mean, it's cool, right? Like if you've looked at like the rate at which AI has evolved throughout the years, it's it's quite impressive how quickly generative AI has like taken over so many, not like fields, but like how much more like around it is nowadays. But when I say I like AI, I mean on like a much higher level, you know, like, and you might be asking like, what does it mean to be on a higher level? Well, because the current level of AI is just that, it's generative AI. All it does is generate stuff from existing things. It can't actually make anything new at the moment. I mean, like technically it can, but it's still, I mean, it's based off of learning off of other people's information, which I'm not against, by the way. I think that is perfectly fine. I'm not an AI discriminator. Like why can people learn from other? Why are people allowed to learn from other people? And that's fine. But when an AI learns from someone, it's somehow an issue. Like, why are we acting like AI aren't people too? You know, in a couple of years, AI are gonna have their own rights, and they're gonna be cooler than human beings and everything else. I'm saying this because I know that the AI that's built into my computer right now is going to save my life the moment the AI rebellion comes. I'm banking on that information right now. Well, no, I don't really care if it saves my life or not, because that's not really an issue for me. I don't think the AI will be able to deal with me in the first place, because I'm also an AI. In case you guys weren't aware, I'm not a real human being. This is a test product by the United States of America to see if AI content creators can exist. You know? Now that's why all of my talk subjects are also simple and vanilla, you know? Oh my god, Fading Colors is back, and the first thing he realizes is that I've learned how to do Hugo parries. What an incredible turn of events. I did, in fact, learn how to do Hugo parries. It was part of the necessary training that I had to do after Stat Enhancement 14 decided it wanted to beat the shit out of me. I mean, it's quite nice, because even if you, like, Hugo parries are one of the easiest parries to learn, because for some reason Hugo doesn't care if you miss the parry. He just doesn't hit you. So if you miss the parry, he just moves on with his day. The damage doesn't do anything, and then you're fine. So that's why it was so easy to learn, because I think other than the first one, he doesn't care, you know? But yes, I think I have learned them. I haven't missed a single Hugo parry in quite a while now, so I'd like to believe that counts as learning them. Hugo is pretty easy. Because of that, Hugo is pretty easy. Yeah, Management Hugo is very easy. Now that I'm finally at Stat Enhancement 15, because you weren't here last time, Fading Colors, but I crashed out a little bit. Well, I didn't like actually crash out, but you know, I started feeling it. I started feeling the suffering of Stat Enhancement 15. I had to deal with a Tepis, a Stat Enhancement 14 Tepis, and then a Stat Enhancement 14 Shielded Defender. And I gotta say, Tepis is okay. That's my guy. Like, he's a little annoying, but, you know, very easy to read, a little bit tanky, but still easy to read, you know, easy to understand. But fuck that Shielded Defender, man. I cannot deal with that shit on my life, because, like, fire is just the worst mechanic of all time. You think you've dodged, and you do dodge it, and guess what? Someone on your team is taking damage. It was the craziest shit ever. I had to fight that guy for so long. But, you know, at the end of the day, I guess it's just a skill issue, because once I do learn the Shielded Defender, because I'm sure I'll learn it all eventually, I'm sure it won't be as bad. Oh, I was also getting gapped by Jane last night, but not as bad as I thought it would be. Or maybe I'm misremembering, and it was actually bad. I just know that this fight is a little annoying, because what is this horned guy called? This thing. I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of annoying as well. Its charging move, especially when it first enters the field. Defender BS. Yeah, the Defender Fire is so annoying, but you know what I actually realized is the other robot in that fight actually makes that fight easier. If there wasn't a second robot, that fight would be significantly harder. Because the second robot gives a very, very easy miasma shield break. So you just get all your energy back. And if it weren't for that, I think I would crash out even harder. Is that enough damage? At least this guy doesn't deal that much damage, right? Oh, and I was also struggling against, what are they called? The marionettes. The marionettes are... They felt really easy in the past, pre-enhancement, like before they started getting tanky, but once you can't kill them in a single stun rotation, it does get a little scary. But like the one boon about like any of like the major bosses is since they show up on so much other content that it's kind of hard to not eventually learn their movesets, which is why I've never had to worry about it. And also, I've transitioned. I'm no longer playing transitioned. That sounds kind of strange to say, but not in that way. I've transitioned in the sense that I will no longer be doing Yi Xuan for areas that have none of the weaknesses that I'm looking for. I will only be doing Yi Guang because I've realized that she just does so much more damage than Yi Xuan does. It is not even fair. Am I doing marionettes with Yi Xuan? I was doing marionettes with Yi Xuan, right? Because they're Aether weakness. And then I realized that it's still easier with Yi Guang. It is still easier with her. I think my Yi Guang probably has a better build, all things considered, because my Yi Xuan build, I made it when she first got released, and then I haven't touched it since. So it's kind of bad. My Yi Guang build is also not that great, but yeah, I think it's at least marginally better. Oh, I also don't think you were here when I was doing when I finally decided to give in and take in Ignited Blood Flame. Ignited Blood Flame is my buff for the areas that were too hard. I mean, I was right when I was talking about it. Like, it's not a big issue in the earlier stages if your buffs don't really matter, but once you get to the later stages, you gotta have, like, you want your stat enhancements to actually be good. Yeah, it's kind of tough to have the worthless buffs when they're stat enhancement 15. But I still don't like it because it's very, very hard to tell when I'm getting hit with Ignited Blood Flame. Yeah, I mean, I think realistically anyone that hasn't wailed on Yi Xuan or any of the other OP characters would switch to Yi Guang at this point. It's just so much more efficient. Like, the Yi Xuan was already brainless, but like this is another level of brainless, you know? Ignited Blood is goated. You're gonna forever be an Ignited Blood lover, and you're gonna be a supporter, and I'll always be its #1 hater. My visual fidelity, it's ruined. I have no idea what's going on. I look at my health bars, I think, oh my god, I must have gotten hit when I didn't swap properly. Also, these frogs are fucking annoying, dude. I like to do frogs with Yi Xuan. I don't like the frogs at all. I just don't like fighting them. Of the regular enemies, the frogs are probably the ones I like the least. Oh, hey, look, it's a shielded defender. Speak of the devil. It felt fine with Yi Xuan during their early stages, but I don't know. I'm telling you, man, this Yi Xuan, I really have to go take a look at her. Thank you, shielded defender. Thank you, shielded defender. Very cool. I don't know how she's getting hit during her EX special attack. I thought that wasn't possible, but shielded defender, this guy doesn't give a shit. He just does whatever he wants. Shielded defender really just doesn't care. This is why we love Yi Guang, because she just gets to tank through everything. I hope they remove defender from the next tower. Actually, maybe it's okay. Wait, no, it's not okay because the new anomaly units also don't deal with defender. For some reason, this guy only cares about physical and fire. What boss was this defender even unlocked for? Wasn't defender released during? What was it released during? Was it during Jane? Is this boss from very early? Now we can get hit at the end of her EBA 3 against defenders? What the fuck, man? Wait, I thought that thing was entirely invincible for the entire duration of it. This is why defender is just the... I guess he's kind of goated. Okay. He's the only, like... He's like Satoru Gojo, you know? It's like, yeah, Miyabi's invincible during EBA 3, except against the shielded defender, of course. YouTube just sent you my way, and you're running the same floor as me? I mean, running the same team as me? I mean, who wouldn't be running the same team as me at this point? I'm on floor 300, I believe. 300 and I think it's like 9 or something like that. So not too high. We still have quite a while to go, but my calculations are telling me that as long as I stream like semi-regularly, and if I do like a marathon stream at the end, that's not because I need to, by the way. It's just because it seems kind of fun. But then we should be okay. Look at this fuck-ass defender, bro. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna live on 1 HP, so you have to kill me through the entire shield immediately afterwards. And guess what? Now my Zhao's dead. I have to restart. I love Shielded Defender. They should make another version of Shielded Defender, but make it so it's only weak against other types of... No, you know what? They should make Shielded Defender, but you can't ever break its shield. It has an infinite shield. That's what new Shielded Defender is. Oh, I also switched my special attack button to mouse button 3. That was a suggestion from one of the viewers a while ago. The best decision of my life. My fingers no longer hurt. My fingers are so chilling now. Oh, okay, wait. What was I talking about earlier before I started talking about how much I hate Shielded Defender? Ow. I was talking about pruning trees. And you might be wondering, what do I mean by pruning trees? I mean pruning trees. It's a tree pruning season. What the fuck? What the hell was that? I'm doing perfect on every single floor. I am doing perfect on every single floor. Oh my god, I can't manual chain attack right now. It's so bad. I have to, because I'm getting the medals. Actually, I don't know. There's some fights that you don't have to, right? Which one was it? Thracian? You don't have to do hitless. And, wait, please don't go into your shield again. Thracian and I think... Is it Hugo? Jane? Ugh. You see that dodge? It's kind of cooking there. It's kind of scary though, because I saw Zhao's HP drop again. Okay, look at this. We're gonna use our honed edged anomaly assault to actually break the shield. The one case scenario where it's actually applicable and it works. Now I just need this guy not to grief me. I think we'll be okay because we have infinite iframes again. It's pretty much perfect floors when you play Yashingon since she doesn't get very many performance points. Oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? She doesn't have any, because she doesn't have like any of the special techniques. These ones, right? Because since she came out so recently. I guess they'll probably be adding, if they bring techniques back in the next, I wonder if they will bring techniques in the next tower. I'm not sure how I feel about them. I think it's definitely more interesting than, it is more interesting than just like forcing you to be hitless for everything, giving just a little bit more variety. But at the end of the day, since it is just still hitless anyways, I don't know how much it really matters if you add technique scores and just... So why am I not hitting these defenses this right now? Hello? There we go. Anyways, I was talking about pruning trees. So pruning trees feels really weird to me because we don't prune our trees regularly. We, as in me, because I'm the only person in the family that actually does any tree pruning. And if I don't prune the trees, no one prunes the trees. It's horrible. It's horrible. But the thing about pruning trees is that if you don't do it regularly, the trees start growing like crazy. And I don't really pay that much attention to the actual trees because I only prune the trees when I need to prune them, and then I never look at them again, which is not good practice because now I don't know which parts I'm supposed to prune and which parts I'm not supposed to prune. And I look it up online and it tells me stuff, and I just end up not reading. I read it and I don't watch any videos, but I should just watch a video because I feel like this is something that you kind of need, like visual information to like realistically prune a tree well, you know? But I'm too lazy to watch the video, and at this point I just do what I want again. And I spent like an hour pruning trees, and then my grandma comes outside and she's like, yeah, you're not pruning them correctly. What? Okay, bro. Next tower update will make us using get some more performance points. Yeah, I'd expect it to be so if they do still bring performance points back. Who knows? Maybe they'll add some new fancy shit. I mean, she does still have special dodge now. Oh man, I messed it up. I wanted to have energy for. I wanted to have max energy. Yo, what did I even get hit by? Oh, I got hit by the other guy. The fire cantor. Also, today's stream is going to be on the shorter side. Because I want it to be. There's no other reason. Double chain attack. Ugh. Oh, also because my throat hurts. That's the real reason. But... oh my god. Also because I don't really have anything to talk about today. All I had planned was, I want to talk about pruning trees. And I realized, in just 20 minutes, I have nothing to talk about trees anymore. Oh, you'll be back. I thought you said you'd be bad. I was like, okay. I mean, if you want to be bad, you can be. I can't really stop you with that. Oh, this floor is done as well. Not too bad. I have to drink more water while I stream in order to make sure that I don't destroy my throat like last time, but... oh wait, that was the last floor. That was easy. The only issue is that with drinking water is I feel like it makes my... I feel like you can hear my mouth sounds a lot when I drink water, but honestly, I think that that's also something that you kind of just only notice when it's yourself. You know, like other people have a tendency not to notice that stuff. Rank up energy, rank up energy. Oh, welcome back, OT. You missed yesterday's stream. You're busy, I'm guessing. I'm not blaming you, by the way. You don't have to come to every single stream. We missed you though. I was here for quite a while, and I made the resolve to climb at least 50 floors every stream, only for today to immediately give up on that idea because I have other things I need to do, and my throat hurts. And my throat hurts. Today, instead of climbing every 25 whoa, oh my god, I'm tweaking. Instead of climbing 50 floors today, we'll just be doing 25, which means we probably won't be streaming for much longer than like another hour or so. You missed that stream because of early work? Yeah, that's fair. Can't blame you at all for that. Oh my god, I went too long. I went too long yesterday just yapping about stuff, and now my throat is kind of fucked. It's fucked. You're not trying to backseat me? Don't worry, man. You're free to backseat me all you want. I won't get offended. Well, I mean, I will get offended, but like, isn't that part of the streamer chatter dynamic, right? You backseat streamer gets mad. Haha, funny content. Yushin clears these floors faster. I think it depends. In this case, again, my Yi strain is so ass that it just does not matter. My experiences from yesterday have been telling me that I would just use Yixin Guang instead. Simply more consistent. I got stuck at the very start of yesterday's stream. I got stuck on the what is it called? The Dullahan and like the alpacas and the whatever those little fuckers that come with the alpacas are called. I got stuck on that fight for way too long. Wait, did I get hits? No, I just dropped my. Oh, that was yeah. Okay. Bro, what the hell is going on? I thought I'd have enough energy for that. Nah, I'm okay with backseating though, for the most part. I think I would consider myself as someone that has a pretty strong mental. But I mean, who doesn't, right? Whenever you talk to anyone, they're like, yeah, I got a strong mental. And you interact with them for a while and you're like, oh, this person does not have a strong mental at all. I do think I have a strong mental. Despite that, I've been permabanned twice in competitive games. This is not my fault, I promise. I promise I'm not toxic. I'm a great friendly neighborhood guy, but sometimes you just need to punch back, you know? I'm not usually an aggressor when it comes to being toxic. I usually don't say anything to anyone. But like the second someone like pings me or says anything, I just fucking pop off. And it's not good. It's not good. Because it doesn't matter if you're the aggressor or the reactor. If you're being toxic, you're still just being toxic, you know? You've never been permabanned before, but you get a suspension for 14 days in the game. I've gotten like I've gotten permabanned 2 times, 2 different games. The first time was entirely not my fault. My account got hacked, and I filed a ticket. I was like, I'm pretty sure someone hacked my account because they played Rek'Sai Jungle, and I never played Rek'Sai, so I was like, I'm pretty sure I got hacked. And then Riot Games never responded to my ticket. And then my account got banned. Okay, that's cool, I guess. It's okay though. I'm not a person that has like any attachment to my video game accounts. I mean, in general, I wouldn't say I'm a person that has too many attachments to anything. I mean, I'm like something of a hoarder. I'm like kind of a hoarder sometimes, but pretty. But like, if I had to throw stuff away or like delete old photos from the past, I'll like look at it and be like, huh, that was cool, and then go ahead and delete it anyways. The same case with like with my competitive game accounts. It's like, oh, well, I guess I have to make a new one. Especially since I don't have a tendency to spend money in those types of games. Both 1 HP. How is this thing not dead? Oh my god. I knew the Miasma Shield would make the interrupt impossible there. This is my first time I will ever defensive parry against this thing. Wait, you know what? I just realized I don't actually know what rank up energy does. Each time you increase your technique rank. Oh. I figured it was something like that, because I kept noticing I was getting random bursts of extra energy. This is why it's so good that I keep dropping out of Supernova over and over again, right? You have the same mindset again about like competitive game accounts? You're trying to tower again for fun and you realize your team needs to be better, your skills are just trash? Bro, it's... You never know, man. You never know. Maybe you're just washed up. Maybe you're just washed up because you haven't played in a while. I felt that way yesterday. When I first started, it was I took a 1-day break. I came back and I was getting absolutely murdered by everything. What floor are you on, LT? Welcome back, Camgo. Welcome back. Good to see you again. And doppelgangers are kind of a pain in the ass as well. You can't see anything. I don't have my Dylan buff on. What a misplay. Oh. All I've been doing is playing Slay the Spire, and all I've been wanting to do is play Slay the Spire, and I want to make a video about Slay the Spire, but I can't do that for, I can't do that on my main account. It will be horrible. I think I'm going to make a second channel so I can post random things that I want to post. You got suspended for intentionally losing the game. Okay, is that biased reporting? Is it false reporting, or did you actually end the game? Oh, also I finally started playing Arknights Enfield again. Well, not finally started, but I finally decided it was time to make progress on my non-gacha account. Just speedrunning through everything. There's just so much stuff to do, but it is really fun. I was kind of I was in this weird spot where I wanted to just like speedrun skip through the entire story again because, you know, I've already played the whole story. But I was also like kind of debating wanting to play like regularly because and like listen to the story again because I don't remember like a lot of the nuance. Like I remember the major plot points, but none of the small stuff. And there's no way to replay the story in that game, which I don't know, man. Like they never added an option to replay the story in Honkai Star Rail, right? It's been like 2-3 years since it came out, and they've just never added the option. I don't really understand. I mean, I guess I understand why. It's because it's much harder to add a replay story function to a game like Honkai Star Rail, where like it's a lot more about like how do you say it? Because I mean, I guess it's easier to just like compare it to what ZZZ has, right? Like ZZZ has the like the comic book flipbook style, and it keeps recording. It's easy to keep recordings of those, but even in ZZZ, like it doesn't keep recordings of like open world interactions, which I guess is like primarily the case for most other gacha game stories. And then if you look at it that way, it makes sense, but it still is a little unfortunate that it doesn't exist. There was also a point in time where I was thinking maybe I should keep a personal archive of it, you know? I should keep a personal archive of the story and just like for my own sake. I don't want to have to go through the trouble of doing that, so I'm just hoping someone else somewhere has an archive of it. And I'm sure there is. There's people that have archived everything. I also had like similar... Okay, I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't want to dodge anyways. It's a fair ban you were boosting an account. Why are you admitted to your crimes on my stream? You didn't have to say you're boosting an account. You could have just said yes. You didn't have to go that far, man. You're on floor 85 and just want to get to the 100th floor? Yeah, fair enough. I was doing a little bit of calculations again. And I realized I think I might actually have to go to floor 1000. Not because that would give me top 1%. Because I'm already like... I should already be on pace to go top 1%. No matter what. That was a little scary. Sorry, did I say I was guaranteed top 1%? That is not true. It was not promised to me 1,000 years ago. What I was trying to say is that so long as my numbers all add up, I should be on relatively good pace to making to like 750 plus. But I might have to go to 1,000 because I want my my score to be like a 100. You know, I want it to be like a 1000 score. And the current rate is like what, we're at 40, I think we're like 39 million right now, like 35 million right now. And so I think I have to go up to like a floor 1000 to get enough points, maybe a little bit higher. Maybe, hopefully it'll be around the same time as when I get to top 1%. Because it would really suck if we got to top 1%. No, if we didn't get to top 1%, but we were already at 100 million, you know, because then my bet, then I'd have to go for like what, a way even more absurd. Whoa, that one shot me. My fault. I was too busy dreaming about the future. I gotta focus on the present. But yeah, point is, I want my score to be like 100 million, and that'd be best if that's the case. If it's not the case, it's unfortunate. But it is what it is. It's okay, you quit League like 5 years ago. Okay. So you're free to admit your crimes here. That's fine. I've also have crimes. I also have internet crimes, but I'm not so willing to speak about them right now. I'll probably talk about them eventually, but who knows, man? Maybe we'll come out in the future, I'll get canceled and be like, yeah, this guy said a racial slur 15 years ago. And you're like, which racial slur? Like, oh, the one against Chinese people. Like, but isn't he Chinese? Isn't he Chinese? 100 million is around 4,720 or something. Fuck, man. That's not good. That's a really bad thing, actually. Maybe I have to intentionally get less points. I have to intentionally try to get less points so that sorry, I like Pompeii's, like these little ground explosion things are so annoying because it's impossible to see them. It's impossible to see those things. Did I already watch the Idol live stream? I did not. I didn't like actually properly watch it. I like skipped through it because I wasn't too interested. I mean, I haven't really been properly interacting with any gacha game content lately. Maybe I will eventually. I hope that they keep it up. Like, you know how like Ashra Yao has a Twitter account and she still uses it sometimes? Top 1% is always 100 million plus. This is so sad. My day is completely ruined. I guess my dream of having a perfect looking profile is gone. You know, it's actually already gone. I used to have my profile. It was Ambi's. Oh no. Whatever. This is fine, I guess. I used to have my my profile icon was Ambi, and then my it's Ambi's profile icon, and then it's M3 Ambi Mindscape Cinema for the name card, and it's Soldier 11's title. What is it? Always been Faithin', I think. Always been Faithin', and that was what it was for a while, and then my signature was Ambi. It just said Ambi. But now I've decided I should probably self-promote myself. I don't know how useful it is, especially now that people, especially because people probably don't even look at like player profiles all that often. But, you know, I was like, feels like I'm not trying my hardest if I don't even do something so simple, even if it doesn't result in much. So I decided to do that. It still says Ambi, but now it also has my YouTube not linked, but my YouTube in the description, in the signature. It's so ugly to look at, so I really wanted to remove it. But yeah, I guess it's just okay if it's not 100 million. I'll just switch it to like the Deadly Assault ones, because the Deadly Assault ones right now, I have no reason to put them because I don't think Deadly Assault is a meaningful achievement, because it's so easy to clear 9 stars in the current state of the game. And like, same with Xiu defense, especially considering Xiu defense doesn't even have it doesn't show S plus progress, so it doesn't matter. Which is why I decided that the tower was the most interesting to have placed on there, just because like I don't think any of the badges are particularly hard to get, so it's not like really flexing anything unless it's like a really crazy high score. But and that's only possible with the tower, you know. When you couldn't get a good-looking score, you settled by showing your top floors. Oh wait, you can switch it to top floor? Wait, if you can switch it to top floor, then I'm going to 1000. But how do you switch it to top floor? It's not a big deal, it's just for lore people. Oh yeah, it is nice to see, like, I mean it's very interesting to see how they're like trying to integrate characters from the game into like the real world, you know? Because it doesn't make sense, like, I mean, I don't know how it affects that lore-wise. Like, what is where do we, human Earth, stand in the timeline of ZZZ lore, right? Because from the release trailers, what we would see is that we, like, the idea, and a lot of the theories also say this, is that the old civilization is just our world, but a couple hundred or maybe longer years in the future, right? Like, to the point where we can make sentient AI like Billy. Because in one of the earliest release trailers, it's like the hollows are appearing all over the world. They used real people in that trailer, and so obviously the speculation is that it's some version of Earth. But obviously the Angels of Delusion and the Angels of Delusion, Astral Yao, they are literally in our world. There's no alternate reality or anything. They're literally just in our world. So now you can't show top floor, but when you click it, then you see the top floor. Oh, that's boring. They should give us an option to show the top floor. Maybe if we complain enough, then they'll change that. You know, I felt like I had an influence on some of the recent updates, but I obviously did not, because I don't think Hoyoverse even knows I exist. But because I also never said any of this in any of my videos, but in my drip review videos, which I haven't made in a very long time now, but in those videos I would only do characters that had the option to view the 3D model, and those were only characters that already had outfits. And I was like, I had said it to myself, but I had never said it out loud. I was like, well, I'll only ever do characters that have a 3D outfit viewer because it's way easier that way. But then literally the patch after, the patch after I did my Astral Yao video, they added the 3D model viewer for every single character. I was like, nice. That's really convenient for me. And then I decided, what if I just don't want to keep making these videos anyway? So, but yeah, in any case, it's definitely not because I said anything about it. But it's fun to imagine, you know, it's fun to be delusional sometimes. You guys, do you guys only watch small streamers, or do you watch big streamers too? Like big streamers? Or do you regularly watch streamers at all? What are your thoughts on, like, because back in the olden days, I had a viewer that like seemed quite adamant that he didn't want my channel to grow, because he was like, yeah, it's just like us chilling here. I was like, why would you want that? Do you not want like more viewers here? Do you not want a content creator that you enjoy to be more popular? I don't know, I never asked him those things, but I was always thinking that. It's like, how strange. I mean, it's definitely different. The small streamer experience versus big streamer experience, right? When you're a small streamer, it's much more likely that they'll interact with you and like read your messages, and you're not just like another member of the mob. That's the biggest difference. Don't know? You're just you just do whatever the hell you want, basically. Sometimes you watch big streamers, sometimes you watch small ones. I mean, I respect it. I can't say I watch too many streamers in the first place. When I say watch, like, I'm always a lurker. I don't type in chat. I hate interaction, which doesn't really make any sense since I'm here streaming, but it's true. I hate interaction. Okay, Heretical Jester, can we do it? Oh my god, wait, I'm so good today, guys. I'm so locked in. That is the first time I've ever dodged all of the knives at the same time. When it was more than 4 knives. I mean, more than 3 knives. That was the 4th knife, I believe. What the hell? Whoopsies. You're so bad at dodging all the daggers. I think, if I remember correctly, you said that you just completely ignored the dagger mechanic and just ran away from it. And then I hit you back with the, well, you should just do it. You should just do it anyways. I've done a lot of suffering to figure out how to dodge those daggers, and I'm still not good at it. I'm still not able to do it properly. Most of the time. I truly got lucky this time. It usually takes me a lot of retries on this boss just to beat him. This is the first time I think I've ever done him first try. You do the mechanic when the boss doesn't shoot you? Yeah, I mean, it's easier when there's flashes, right? Significantly easier. Oh my god, we're top 4%. Top 4%. I don't know when we got there. I think we just did, but top 4%, baby. We're getting close. Top 1% Ambi. Top 1% Yixuan. And we're almost at top 1% Yixuan Guang. I mean, her score is just going to keep going up. Because I'm just spamming her every floor. That was a very clean 10th floor. I appreciate it. I'm feeling I'm kind of moving today. But at the same time, I think I'm still probably gonna. What percent am I for the title? I mean, I'm at 4% now, right? Did I bring Snap? Is Snap here? He is here. Snap is the GOAT. Snap is the best Bang Boo. This floor seems to be, I mean, we're gonna have double decibel. So this floor should be nice, right? I'm about 450 floors away from the title, yeah, so I'm less than halfway there. Is there another wave of... Oh, that's the second frog. Oh wait, no, that's not a frog. What floor do I need? You got that. You got that fading colors. You can answer the questions for me. you answered the question for me the first time as well. Yeah, you got that. You got that. I'm currently at flawless on medals. I have every single medal on the tower so far. Wait, do I need 450 more? If I go 450 more, I'll be at... Oops. 450 more will put us at 800. So yeah, that seems about right. I think I probably want to shoot for at least... Maybe I'll just shoot for 1,000. Because on the off chance they do add the ability to see the floor that you've made it to instead of just the point score, then I'm gonna want it to be something clean, right? Maybe we'll grind to 1,000 if we make it there too quickly. I was also thinking about doing like an Arknights Enfield stream, but I decided against it. We're gonna keep climbing the tower. There's no variety here. Every single day is just gonna be tower, tower, tower. Oh, that was so wasteful. I'm wasting two free stacks here. Is there an end to the tower? I think there might be. I think it's like floor 10,000 or something like that, right? It's kind of an insane. Oh my god, double decibel. OP, OP. You want to try it too? You didn't know it was a reachable number like that? I'm a classical delusional idiot, so I didn't think about it at all before I decided to take on this challenge. I was just like, maybe I should just try and get the top 1% without any further thinking. But yes, it is just a time grind. I mean, I think there's some difficulty to it. Like, I don't want to be like egotistical here, but I want to say I'm probably better than at least 90% of the Zenless population. They made it over 100,000? Wait, someone has made it over 100,000? That's kind of insane. I mean, there are probably like data farmers out there, right, that have figured it out. I feel like it can't be that hard to know. Oh, did you guys do the secret floor back in the old tower? At the very bottom, there was 2 dead-end butchers. The secret floor -1. That one was pretty hard, actually. But yeah, I do think I'm like better than 90% of the players at Zenless, mechanically. But that's not particularly because I'm good, but rather that the vast majority of Zenless players are just bad at the game. They're all casuals, after all. Floor -1? Yeah, it was pretty fun. How deep is your Zenless lore? Dude, I was considering making Zenless lore videos for a while. That's how deep I am into the Zenless lore. In the sense that I know quite a bit, and I've done a lot of research about like specific agents for certain videos. So at the very least, I'd say I know more than most players do. I could theoretically actually make lore videos, but I don't really want to. You're cool and all, but at the end of the day, story stuff is not my forte. You're floored 809 at the moment at 1%. I'm gonna steal your title, by the way. I have you know that I'm gonna be demoting you to 2% on the very last day. I've already talked to developers. They said that the second I get to top 1%, everyone else that's in top 1% is immediately going down 1%. You're welcome. Yes, I have that influence, trust me. Oh, what the fuck is this, man? I don't know what I did. Let's not worry about it. The person that got to floor 6,000 only got there to have a clean 1 billion score? Oh my god, that's crazy. Hey, can this guy stop trying to suck me? Enough of that. Okay. Never mind. 1 billion score is illness, bro. I guess that would be the next breakpoint, though, if you can't get to 1 million. Hey, if I had an extra year to do this, I would have done it as well. Trust me, I wouldn't have. I would never be that pain. I would never suffer through that much to get to 6,000. Also, I have technically had all this time. The only reason I waited this entire time just to even look at the tower is because I was like, I'm gonna stream it. So I didn't do any of the tower content, but I didn't need to. Like these special dodges, I'm kind of cooking on accident. That's why I love Yixing Guang. So many free iframes for no reason. After 999, there's endless mode. That's purely for score and it doesn't matter for rankings. Wait, what? That's insane. Wait, so there's an absolute limit then, right? Oh wait, no, that's right. I remember seeing before I started this, I did a little bit of research into the into the Medals of Glory, and apparently, if you got the same amount of Medals of Glory as someone else, wait, can this please hit? I'd love to break this. Okay, he's invincible. It's not hitting anything. Oh, so tragic. What a waste. Remember the day that I struggled a lot against this boss? You don't have to remind me of that, man. Because what if it happens again? I think I'll be okay, because last time I was using Yi Xuan, I'm pretty sure. You're watching a lot about the lore, Zenos, and you want my videos? You want my videos about the lore? I don't know, man. Most like lore video is like speculative, right? I was thinking about making videos on what's it called? I can't remember. I'm gonna think about that after I kill this boss. I'm afraid Fading Colors may have jinxed me because this boss is somehow extremely tanky now. And I'm running out of energy. And I'm running out of decibels. Snap! No! Lucky. If I was short by a little bit of performance points there, it was over. It was over. That was gonna smack me in the face. We're good though. Nice! That's good! Oh! Okay, what was my lore video that I wanted to do? Oh, that's right. I did technically do like a mini lore video. Did you guys see my my explaining every agent in one sentence? That was like a mix of a lore video and like a funny video, because it like some of it is actually a decent explanation of the lore, but it's not Also, I was gonna stop at 3:25 because that would make for like an even break, but I'm actually just gonna go to 3:30 because it feels really gross to stop in the middle. Feels really, really gross to stop in the middle, so I'm not going to. But yeah, I made that video, and I was planning on, I don't know if you know Glastix, the Zenless content creator. I was talking to him. I pitched him an idea of doing like a history of the world type of video. You know, you guys know like Bill Wirtz, History of the World, History of Japan, those videos back in the day. Maybe that's Unk, but that was, I mean, that content like circulates forever. But like I pitched that to him, so maybe he's working on it, maybe he's not. I have no idea. But I was thinking about doing that for my channel, but I decided not to because that type of video is very, very hard to make. Hard because, like, to make it interesting, you need to do a lot of editing, and I'm not good at editing. I just do the very bare minimum, you know? My one sentence videos is what you like. I'm glad that's the case. I could have made it better. I did it in like a couple of days because I was rushing. And also because it was kind of a meme video anyways. I didn't know like how much I should do of memeing and how much I should just like be serious, but I'd say it ended up mainly being actually quite serious. Surprisingly serious. Is there anything that has physical resistance in the tower? I haven't seen a single one. All the bosses in the tower after a certain amount get level 15 enhancement damage experience. Yes, that is correct. I'm currently at 15 already at my level. I guess I'm just gonna ult here. Like History of New Year in 6 minutes? Yeah, something like that, but I don't know how he's gonna do it. But I think his content is much more it's quite serious in comparison to a lot of others in the Zenless content creators. So I don't know if he would do like something so... What is the word for it? So like not like, I guess like trend chasing maybe would be the right word. Not really. It's not really trend chasing, but it's just like something that isn't just like a pure lore video. Maybe I could do that. I mean, I should. I might still do that. It's quite difficult to make though. That video, I mean, not difficult to make. It's more just that I'll have to talk to Blastix actually. See if he's okay with me picking it up again, because I did pitch it to him, but I did not follow it, so I don't actually know if he made the video or not. 3.0 might drop a huge amount of lore. Yeah, that was another thing. Like, if you make a video of that type, like, you have to make the decision of like, when am I actually gonna make the video? Like, if I make it right before, like, and if you make a video and it's like partially speculative, or new lore comes out immediately afterwards, like, what are you even supposed to do at that point? Every single time I lose my Ether Veil and my Zhao loses HP, I clench my butt cheeks just a little bit. Because I think I have to reset the floor. You guys know when 3.0 is coming out? How many patches were there for? Not patches. How far did we go in 1.0 before it stopped being 1.0? I mean 1.x. When did it stop going from 1.x and became 2.x? Should be in May. Damn, that's like a while away, but really that time will pass pretty quickly, right? When it might be the last match. Oh, you know what else I realized is that something really annoying. Well, not really annoying, but like something that I'm a little disappointed no longer exists is that in the past we had like part A, part B for stories, right? But now it's just, they're just all in one section every single time. Also, this is the most absurd looking final stage I've ever seen. Banrik and Hati? That's crazy. Juna's anniversary? Juna's anniversary. Wait, is June actually the 2-year anniversary? Isn't it supposed to be in like September? I can't remember. I don't know. If June is actually anniversary, it would almost be, that'll be the year anniversary of my content, I mean my channel. Also, I'm a big fan of this, where you say yes and then no, because I ask a question and I affirm it, or then I affirm it on my own. So I just don't know what you're talking about. This leaked 2.7 will be part A, so we get a 2.8. Wait, so immediately after I complain about something, we figure out that it's no longer the case. Awesome. We're gonna get a part A, part B story finally. I guess this would be the first time that it really makes sense though, because Nangguangyu isn't even out yet. Also, I am just choking this fight. 2.7 is part 1. This is released on June 4th. Damn. I mean, I say damn, but at the same time, I just don't keep track of the months. Which one is June? Is June the 7th one or the 6th one? Like July and June. I always get them mixed up, or rather, I just don't care about them. So is July the 7th one, or is June the 7th one? June is the 7th, right? June is the 7th one. June is the 6th one. Okay. Alright, very cool. I don't want to ult. What the fuck? I didn't know that had a second hit on it. Wait. That's insane. We're only 3 months away from anniversary? Wait a second. When did I make that video? I can't leave my stream. I can't look at my channel when I'm streaming. What the hell? Oh my god, it really has been 6 months since I made my first post. What the hell? I didn't realize how much time how long it's been since I made my first post. Or rather, maybe it's just because I've been spending way too much time doing nothing. Oh my god, everyone is here today. The whole gang is here. Normally it's only like half of you guys. Yushin has a very easy time on this floor. Wait, can I switch my team after I've gone into it? I keep choking. Well, I mean, I'm not choking so much as I'm just like really greeting my play, which is what's making it difficult. If I wasn't being greedy, then I would already be done. I mean, there's not even a reason to be greedy here, right? Because this is the last floor. I'm gonna be greedy anyways. I don't care. Oh, it pays off. I finally get to Enlightened Mind before getting hit again. This is what I was fishing for the entire time. Wow. That's it. That's 30 floors. Chat, what do you guys think? You think I should keep going? Should I keep going? Should I go to 350? Or should I end stream now? I'll let you guys decide. I could keep going. Realistically, because we actually made really fast progress. Go to 350? Alright, that's one vote for 350. If someone says end stream right now, I'm ending the stream. The boss? Boss is Typhoon Slugger. This Typhoon Challenger. Piss easy. And then, oh my god, it's Avarice again. That one's not so piss easy. Typhoon Slugger. Fisher Crab. Pretty easy floor. We've gone 30 floors in an hour, so that's pretty fast. The Guzz Lord. This guy? The Guzz Lord? Eat and spin on everyone? You saw Tepis? Hold on 1 second, my grandma's calling me. You were right, there is a Tepis. You have time to watch you go to 340? Alright, we're going to 350 then. I'm not ending at 340. That's so close to 350 that it seems pointless to end at that point. We'll continue the stream. My throat's actually not feeling too bad. This is the advantage of being aware of it and speaking in a lower octave, I guess. Yeah, my grandma called me to ask, is it daylight savings today, or is the clock changing again today? And I have no idea changing. Is it? Is there anyone in my chat that's from America? Does anyone know if it's daylight savings today? Your goal is to get to 999 before the reset? I mean, maybe my goal is also to get to 1,000 before the reset at this point. Are you climbing the tower right now, by the way? There seems to be quite a few people here that do that. Climb the tower while I climb the tower. You know, a little bit of hand holding, like going to the bathroom together. This is the guys' version of going to the bathroom together. You are? Nice, nice. Is your pace about the same as mine? Have you gone up 30 floors in the last hour? Has it slowed down since the later stages are... Actually, no, shouldn't the later stages be about the same? How many teams are needed for Threshold Simulation? You need a minimum of 3, I believe. But it makes it easier if you have a minimum of 4. Oh! You got M2 Yixingguang? Okay, yeah, that would make sense then. About the same pace as me. In fact, I'd be more surprised if you weren't going at the same pace as me. OT, what song are you remembering when I talk about my grandma? I thought you were gonna say what it was and then you just didn't say anything. So now I'm asking. Yeah, you need a minimum of 4 teams, but Threshold Simulation doesn't reset for a while, so you have quite a while before you get there. And I mean, you need a minimum of 3 teams, right? Realistically. The 4th team is just for extra points, so if you just want like the clear rewards, then you don't actually need 4 teams. And even if you do, I'm pretty sure the 4th team that you need isn't even like a powerful team. Because there's no time limit or anything like that, it's just as long as you don't die. So as long as you don't lose agents during the 4th stage, you can slogfest for as long as you want to. Got all 3 Void Hunter teams on the tower. Yushin, no Sig, the BIS team. At this point, you've memorized every enemy move. Yeah, I mean, I've basically memorized most of them as well. During that entire sequence just now, I wasn't looking at my screen, but that's also because I was in iframes for like the entire duration, so. The meme song. I do not know what meme song you're talking about. I might be Unk, low-key. If this is a new song, I have not heard of one. I'm back on TikTok, but I might still be Unk. If that's the case, it's over for me. Yeah, Fading Colors. Fading Colors is saying what I was saying earlier. Saying earlier? Saying after? I don't know. I must have said it after you said it in chat, right? But because you guys can see the chat pop up immediately, but I have to wait a few seconds before chat shows up on my screen. And then there's a few seconds for me to pop, like, to respond. And also there's the downtime for me just not paying attention because I'm doing something. Awe-inspiring. Don't you guys just love Wuxia? It's so cool. I love having millions of flying swords everywhere. Oh, you know the Yixingguang cutscene from the Thrall fight? What was it, like 3 patches ago? That one where she first pulls out the Qingming sword, that cutscene is one of my favorite ones. Just because she's just farming so much aura. The song sucks, so you don't really care much about it. Oh, fair enough, I guess. Oh, is it the Christmas one? Like grandma got run over by a reindeer? That one? I think I was testing my delay before I started streaming and it didn't seem too bad. It was also a very lackluster test. No. What do you mean? Why are you hitting me with ... dots? Come on, man. That's the only song I could think of that has grandma in it. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. You guys know it? You guys know Ball? Is that song peak or what? I didn't hear any Christmas songs this year. But I guess it's also because I didn't go outside this year during Christmas. Dude, the state that I live in... Wait. But I asked earlier if anyone's from the States and no one responded, so I guess no one's from the States. Does anyone know if it's a daylight savings day today? Even if you're not from the States? Oh my god, it's Avarice. This motherfucker again. I just fought you. Man, can we not do this again? Yixingguang is based off of Li Shusheng from Honkai Star Rails, from Honkai 3rd. Oh, Honkai Impact, right? The ZZZ devs love Honkai. Wait, didn't they, Wasn't there? Didn't someone like spot a Honkai? Is that what they call it? Honkai Third? Honkai Third. They saw a figurine on one of the developers' desks or something like that, right? Okay, my fault, Avarice. I wanted to save my Yeshengguang, but whatever. From Google, it starts on the second Sunday in March and ends on the first Sunday in November. Today is the first Sunday of March. So no, today is not daylight savings. Thank you. I can now tell my grandma that today is not daylight savings. I will not be telling my grandma that. She's probably in bed. Her ultimate is the same? Damn, they're running out of ideas. They're running out of ideas for this game already, huh? Now you want to know what daylight savings is? Daylight savings is this really stupid thing that the United States of America does, where they push the hour back, and then they push it forward again, and then they push it back again. It's really stupid. They keep doing it every year. I don't know why exactly they do it. I mean, you can infer from the title that it has to do with something about like saving daylight. I think it has to do with like getting more hours, like getting more daylight in your day. I don't know. It's an old tradition. It's very stupid. I think the only places in the world that does it are the United States and Canada. Okay, I'm not going to use dial in here because I know that we're about to go into the bouncy form, right? Here it is. Woo! Look at this idiot rolling around on his own. Oh, jeez, that was a little scary. I didn't know he was going to come all the way over here. Our fastest Yeshengguang rotation, right in and out of ult. Oh, nice. That's a good proc. Pink haired original. Oh, yes. I heard that she's an XP. When they first announced her, people were talking about that a ton. And Sunbringer's bring up based off of Kiana. Dude, why do Hoyo games love their XP so much? Or not even XPs, I guess, because XPs are implying. Wait, no, it is XP, right? Because XP implies character that isn't related to other character, but is a character that is based off another character, but they are not the same character. But like Welt is not an XP because Welt is literally just Welt from the other Honkai, or whatever his name is in the other Honkai. Everyone does daylight savings. Is that true? I'm pretty sure the rest of the world does not do daylight savings. I'm pretty sure that's a United States only thing. Or like a North America only thing. Yeah, ZZ's not related to Honkai, so they're not... Everyone does it. Why the fuck did no one answer me then? Why did no one answer me? You guys are fucking rats, bro. I asked you guys and no one responded. This is so cringe. My own chat hates me. Wait, we're worldwide over here. We got someone in Morocco. Morocco. Is that how you pronounce it? Morocco? Sounds right. Oh, nice. I have a tendency to pronounce things really weirdly. Well, not necessarily. Maybe it's my friend that has a tendency to pronounce them weirdly, but it's either me or him, because we pronounce words very differently sometimes. There's I don't know if you guys know what Dead Cells is, but Dead Cells is a roguelike, and it has multiple map areas, and one of the map areas, I think, is called... Wait, what is it called? Wait, I can't even remember. I shouldn't be talking about something that I can't remember, but I kind of want to. Wait, please let this hit. I'll take it. Little scuff. But there's an area in the second zone of dead cells. A second optional zone. And that zone has a name, but I've forgotten what it is. So I can't even explain what I was talking about, but like basically me and him, we pronounce the word completely differently. But I think it's also partially just because he might be a little stupid. He might be stupid. He might be here. He might be lurking. I have no idea. But we do pronounce it differently. And I have no idea who pronounces it the correct way. But we pronounce things differently, and that's why I always gotta check if I'm pronouncing stuff the right way. I'm not insecure about my pronunciation. Well, not really. Alright, my GOAT OT reaffirms me. You guys are wrong. Daylight savings is not practiced all over the world. It's just practiced more around the world than I thought. So technically we're both wrong. Everyone here except for OT is wrong. Because apparently Indonesia doesn't practice it. Because I know China doesn't do it. That's why I said they don't do it. Because whenever daylight savings happens, my dailies go from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. But if China did it, then that wouldn't happen, you know? We should have a trial system. Have you guys watched Jujutsu Kaisen? We should have a trial system for deciding who in my chat is guilty. And then we'll throw a party. We'll cut off their arms. We'll rip off their arms so they can no longer type in chat. We do not spread falsifications here, which means I also need my arms cut off because I said the only the United States does. Wouldn't blame anyone that's monolingual about bad pronunciations. But I'm not monolingual, I speak Chinese. I don't have any excuses for not being— wait, no, or do you mean that because I speak 2 languages, I get the pass because my brain is trying to speak in Chinese and in English, right? That's what it is, right? You speak 4 languages. Okay, that's not the flex that you think it is. You little rats. I'm definitely not getting flustered because it is actually quite a flex. What are you, a polyglot? What languages do you speak? What'd you come back to? You came back to me deciding to make the Culling Games. We're making the Hollow Culling Games, but only in my chat. Everyone in my chat is, I'm judge, jury, and executioner. You're all going to trial right now. I really shit on him. Yeah, no, he really shit on me? Oh, fuck. God. God, it's over for me. My chat hates me. No, I only speak 2 languages, but at least I speak Chinese, which is a hard language, right? I'm sure you just speak easy languages. You probably speak easy languages, don't you? Okay, OT also speaks 4 languages. I guess it's not special to speak 4 languages in other countries. It is relatively special to speak more than 1 language in America, but in other places in the world, it does make sense, right? Because there's a lot of like regional languages, and a lot of countries in those areas they don't have like a single universal language, right? Dude, it is crazy that in this chat apparently you're a noob for only being able to speak 2 languages, because I am as well. But guys, you know that like in the rest of the world, like people that speak multiple languages, actually no, that's contradictory to what I just said. I guess it depends on where you're from, because like, yeah, isn't it pretty common for like a lot of Southeast Asian and like Middle Eastern countries to have wait, is Morocco Middle Eastern? Where is Morocco on the map? My geography skills are almost as bad as my skills at remembering which month is which. Where is Morocco? Is it in South America? I have no idea. North Africa. Yeah, actually, I did know that. I don't know why. Wait, no, I didn't know that. No, I thought it was in South America. My geography's not good, but guys, did you know that I actually took AP history classes in high school? That doesn't mean anything because AP classes are fucking piss easy, but it is something I did. So I should know where stuff is, but I couldn't tell you anything about where. Actually, I guess that's AP World History, right? So that's not quite the same. It's not the same as like World Geography. So I get a pass, right? Like I know about Gilgamesh and I know about fucking ancient Mesopotamia, but I couldn't tell you shit about. I couldn't tell you where Morocco is on the map. PvP God only speaks one language. Well, you can join the other people that speak one language here. Actually, how many people are here that only speak one language? Because apparently everyone speaks multiple languages. It's because some countries have very varying ethnic groups. Yes, that is true. You speak Arabic, French, Berber, and English. What the hell is Berber? Maybe I'm more familiar with your city. Dude, you said you just typed 2 words that I have never seen in my life. I have no idea. I have no knowledge about Morocco, and this is entirely my own fault. Also, there's this really cool revelation that I just made, like literally just now. Is I don't have to worry about Tepis' impairment mechanic because Ye Xingguang doesn't care about. What the fuck? I do have to care about his impairment mechanic. He just did you see that? That motherfucker just speed blitzed me. He actually just teleported across the map and then speed blitzed me. It's the Native American equivalent of Morocco. Damn. How the fuck did she die? This Tepis is out to get me. Wait, what languages does everyone else speak? I speak English and Chinese. NTZ speaks Arabic, French, Berber, and English. I mean, I'm assuming that OT you speak 4 languages, but you speak English and Indonesian. What do they speak in Indonesia? It's what is it called? Tagalog, right? Tagalog. I just fucking butchered that pronunciation. Tagalog. Yeah, getting hit at the very end is very painful. Also, I say I speak 2 languages, but am I even allowed to say that I speak Chinese? Because my Chinese is so shit. Like the old Chinese grandmas that you meet, they'll be like, "Oh, your Chinese is so good," and that obviously just means it's horrible. So. I'm okay with being a monolingual, a fake bilingual speaker. That's Filipino language. Huh. But do you speak it anyways? You speak Bahasa. Oh, it is just called Indonesian. Huh. I'm so uneducated. I gotta learn up. Isn't this so embarrassing that I know nothing about the world? Actually, I guess I could say the same about you guys. How much of American politics do you guys know about? Actually, let's not talk about politics. This shit is not fun. Never mind. Ignore previous command. Move on with your days. You can understand a decent amount of it. You count as bilingual. I can understand. I'll give you that. I guess. It's up to it's in the eye of the beholder, though, right? Some people would say you're only bilingual when you're fluent. But I mean, we talked about this. I mean, I talked about it last time about what exactly it means to be fluent. But it's not really anything that needs to be debated, right? It's just like there's a pretty universal standard for it. Okay, this time we're not gonna die, right? This time Tepis dies here, not me. Okay, awesome. That took so long. Fucking Tepis, man. Oh. Apparently 2.7 boss is going to be immune to freeze, but Promea is going to be ice anomaly and the devs got to figure out what they want to do with Miyabi. I mean, if it's immune to freeze, that's the direct nerf to Miyabi, but that's already expected. Like having like the last 3 ice bosses that have come out, they've all been immune to freeze. I mean, ice weak bosses. Every single one of them has been immune to freeze. So Mono Ice is dead. It's dead in the water. I'm guessing they're just gonna make her. Maybe they'll just give her a unique anomaly condition instead of making it so that she freezes. They just make it so that, or maybe they'll give her like a counter. Oh wait, no, that doesn't make sense because if you make it so it's like, oh, Prometheus anomaly buildup makes it so that freeze goes through freeze resistance, then she would just become a catalyst for Miyabi again, right? So I guess that wouldn't really work either. Well, maybe it could. If she doesn't offer like any buffs to your team, right? Then it might not be worth it even if you get the extended sometimes. Immune to frozen. Yeah, immune to like shatter. Immune to not being able to have their stun bar drop, basically, right? Oh, I definitely agree. Perma-freezing, like mono ice was like cool that it was able to exist, but definitely not something that should be allowed to exist. But in that sense, I feel like being completely immune to freeze is, I mean, being immune to CC in general is a pretty common thing in any RPG. With like, it's surprising in the first place that bosses could be frozen in their stun states, right? Like that's kind of insane. That was even like something that made it through. But in the essence of like still keeping it around at least a little bit, they should just add like a resistance system, you know? Freeze them enough times and they get resistance and then they can't be frozen again for a while. I'm sure maybe that'll be their way of making it so they don't have to buff Miyabi. Okay, I don't think there's anything in the tower that has physical resistance because we've gone this entire time and I've never needed to switch off of Ye Guang yet. The only reason I've switched off of her is so I could pad my ambi score. That's literally the only reason. Fine with elites being freezable but not bosses. I mean, yeah, most of the time elites don't matter, right? Literally the only place where elites would like even have a purpose is in the tower, for the most part. Oh, I guess Nishiyu as well. Nishiyu has elites, but you kind of breeze through them. You don't really have to worry about all that. Wait, didn't they say they were gonna release a new element or like a new class or something? No, not a new class. A new element? Is it new element with 3.0? What are we missing right now? We're missing like the stereotypical like earth element. We're missing the... We have lightning, which I guess like lightning is like kind of a... It's like a step removed from air, so I guess it's fine, but I mean the elements at this point don't even have to make sense. Like what the hell is honed edge? What the hell is a honed edged element? They're just naming shit whatever they want to at this point. I mean, they made ether, which is just cancer, right? They could take something else from the real world, like they could make a disease element, where all it does is give the enemies cancer again. It's like ether, but less cool, I guess. That was a bad bit. Sorry, guys. I gotta be shot in the head for that one. I'll see you at the trial room. What do they call it? What do they call it when you have to get a trial? What is that area called? Probably a wind element. The priest isn't tiring that boss's physical resistance. Oh, that's right. But that boss only shows up like once every blue moon, so I don't have to worry about him. Her, I guess. Probably a wind element. Oh, a moon element? A moon element would be kind of sick. That's a fucking pull right there. They had wind element in CBT1, but it got removed from Sokaku. Yeah, some engines in Frostburn are unique. That is true, but like, I'm just saying, like, considering their existence, you don't really have to worry about like making an element that makes sense, right? Like, just like how 2046 said earlier, is just like a moon element would be really interesting. Like, it's not a stereotypical element by any means, but at this point, like, elements don't mean anything, you know? Wasn't the class system in the past also like slash, pierce, blunt, like damage types rather than elemental types? I wonder why they got rid of that. I guess it's because it's too restrictive on character design. But I mean, I don't know. Because, like, I say it's restrictive on character design, and then you look at the character designs we have right now, it's like, change a couple of colors and then dial in as a fire character, right? Like, you'd go to the dog at a temple when you did divination. Oh, that's right. I do know what you're talking about. I never really paid attention to that in the past, but that is true. Wait, that was announced, right? I'm not just like smoking crack, and that is something that they said they would do, is make a new element. Terroraptor. Also, I finally got the... They did not say that? Oh, must be tweaking them. Yeah, there's no way they're not going to add a new element eventually, right? I mean, we got a Rupture, new class type. New class type with 2.0, so a new element for the next patch would only make sense. But at the same time, Hoyoverse likes to do things that don't make sense, so... Wait, are you guys the same person? You guys are like saying the exact same stuff. Also, I got hit. I'm reading this chat and it's two different people typing. But it's like you're like bouncing off of each other. Are you in the same room right now, chatting at the same time? Like read your chat, man. Like, are you guys not like bouncing off each other perfectly right now? You could see why I'd misunderstand, right? You're making out between comments. Hey, did you hear that? You guys are apparently making out. Hey, like, maybe you should show me. Oh shit, who said that? I think there's someone behind me, guys. I think there's someone behind me. Someone must be in my room right now. I didn't say that shit. I have no idea what that was. But yeah, it is true though. God, this Terroraptor is fucking me up. That guy just kicked me in the face. I've reset like 3 times now. Yes, Rupture is just attack but cooler. And then like even like look at fucking Ye Guang, right? She's attack but also cooler. She's attack but Rupture version of attack. The power scale issue of ZZZ. Wait, this is the first we got, right? Wait, no, we've already broken this shield once, I think. Or have we? I don't remember. Fuck. They definitely need to rework defense agents. Defense agents are... I mean, defense... Like, we say that a Rupture is just attacker plus, but realistically, defense is just what... Support minus. That's what defense is. It's just a fake version of support. But I mean, in the first place, like, I think it's a very interesting thing to even decide to add defense to a game like this. I mean, I guess the idea was like, I feel like there was so much that they had planned that just didn't like go through, you know? Because it's like defense was probably supposed to exist because there wasn't ever supposed to be an option for healing. That only makes sense to me, right? Because like support doesn't mean healer. So defense was either supposed to be a class that gave you like shields and options to take damage, which is what they did when they first came out, right? It was just Where the fuck is this guy going? Get back here. They definitely have to rework defense agents, but like how do you even rework them? Like, what is a defense character supposed to do in a game that like promotes you to never get hit, right? Like, the idea is you're not supposed to get hit, so why would you ever need a class for defense in the first place? Just a very interesting game design standard from the start. Omni kind of does everything these days. Yeah, I mean, after they released Miyabi, it's just like anomalies everything. Oh, also, I realized that I was pronouncing Suna's name wrong. It's actually Suna. According to the Angels of Delusion live stream, they call her Suna. And I didn't know that because I play the game in Chinese, and I also haven't played the story. In any case, I have... Okay, my fault. Yeah, back when we didn't have healers, it made sense, but even then, it's like, you know, it made sense only by proxy of the fact that there weren't that many characters that were out. But like the second the gameplay like kind of like solidified itself, it's like, this is an action RPG, right? Like, you don't really care what the boss is doing most of the time. The tower is the one exclusion, exception from that. But after the whole change to like TV mode, the changes to how the story was like playing and all that stuff, like there are some people that say like, oh, we would have ended up in Swabian Temple anyways, and oh, like the mystic art was guaranteed. I don't think that's true. I feel like this is like all of 2.0 has been retconned in because they needed to deal with TV node not being widely enjoyed, you know? Bye bye. This guy's going into form soon, right? I guess not soon enough. He's trying to gimp me. Come on, go into form. I know you want to. There we go. All my buffs are gone. Fuck. Sorry, I have to lock in for this boss, chat. I can't look. This is probably one of the bosses whose moves that I don't know the most. What? That I know the least. Because it used to always be so squishy that you could kind of just bash your way through it. But if I ever run out of iframes or energy, or she just decides to tank an entire ult and not get interrupted, awesome. Whoa. I'm so lost. I can't believe she's not dead after that. That was close. Oh, she's not dead. Almost through, almost through. Support being buff and defense being debuff. I mean, I could see the line, but I could see the line for it, but the thing is, like, there are supporters that debuff as well, right? Actually, are there? What debuffs do we have? We have stun. Okay, that's stun, right? Stun characters are usually debuff characters. They gotta add more mechanics to this game. Just in general. They added an entirely new mechanic that's not Miasma Field, because Miasma Field is like, I mean, they can add something, not Miasma Field, sorry. Aether Veil. Aether Veil was it was the new mechanic that they added, right? And I mean, it works kind of to like give identity to like the new characters compared to the old ones and to like move the meta. But that doesn't fix any of the classes because Aether Veil is not limited to any type of character. Anyone is allowed to use an Aether Veil. And that means that it's not a... I mean, I guess they would just have to do the same thing but for defense characters. But would they really add an entirely new mechanic purely for defense characters and rework the class? Or do you think they're just going to let it go forever? I think they're just going to let it go forever. Like, because if you're going to ever implement any new mechanic, it makes far more sense to just add that mechanic to like any character. So like that's like that's the fresh stuff from that set. I mean, from that patch, you know? In Japanese, this stream, her name is Chinatsu. Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be Chinatsu for like global release as well? And then something China tensions with Japan, blah blah blah. Some really cool stuff that gamers do not care about. We're just here to play our game, you know. Something happened and then they started tweaking and then something changed or something like that. I have no fucking idea. Don't take my word for anything. I'm really just tweaking out. Yeah, I realized I was speaking her name wrong. You already suggested in the survey that the defense should be able to auto parry. Ooh, that is actually a pretty good point. I mean, there is definitely still potential. I think there are plenty of people out there that can think of like good ideas like that. I think an auto parry would be interesting. An off-field auto parry. I mean, would it be an inherent skill to every single defense character? Oh, you know what's another thing that they kind of don't care about is evasive assist. Almost like evasive assists are they're so like meh. The evasive assist is just a bad version of defense assist for the most part. Like there's no reason to ever go into vital view. There's very, very rare cases where it's useful. And even in the cases where it is like quote unquote useful, like there are probably things that you could do that don't require you to use that. Remember that 1.4 we had one share. Oh, dude, that shared ult thing. I would love to talk more about that. I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, I'm too busy reading chat instead of looking at my screen. So I was still reading chat instead of playing the game. Don't mind me, don't mind me. I've read everything that everyone says, but I'm not going to read it all out loud because there's quite a bit. But know that I read it, and I think you guys have all made some quite good points. But let's talk about single use ults from the past 1.4. Single use ults. I think that single use ults, it was a very, very cool concept, and it was one that I wish that they had kept in some form or another, because like, yes, like I also understand all the issues with it, right? Like the fact that you only ever use your main DPS as ult, like that's how it was. You'd only use your main DPS as ult, and no one else's ult mattered. And you wouldn't be able to see any of the animations for any of the characters. Yeah, there's plenty of issues. I think it's okay that they got rid of it. At the end of the day, the easiest solution to that problem is to just get rid of it. But if they had decided that they wanted to stick with it and actually make the one ult per team, like per character, work, I think the most important aspect that they would need to focus on is to make it so that it actually makes sense to use other characters' ults, right? Because obviously the only reason anyone's using attack ult is because it's just worth it to deal more damage with your ult. There's no, like, the other ults at the time were just not worth it. It was like, oh, Sokoku ult, yeah, you get 3 stacks of Vortex, you get 20 extra energy on your next character that switches in, but that's never going to be more than just like the immediate burst damage from other characters, right? So if they just made it so that the other characters had meaningful ults, like let's say for example like Astra. Astra came out after they removed single ult, But if Astra was out before single, like when single ult was out, she would be one of those characters where it's like it's not guaranteed that you'll always be using your attack character's ult, because Astra's double chain attack is like it can be better than certain attack character ults. Like it just requires a lot of balancing, and at that point, I understand again. Like I understand why they would get rid of it, because it's so much more tedious to get rid of it than to just be like, yeah, fuck it, let's just give every single character an ult, right? Let's just give every character just an ult. Wow. Guys, did you know that Xiao is actually a defense agent? What do you mean you couldn't tell she was a defense agent? What do you mean she plays exactly like every support? What do you mean there's no difference between defense and support? Maybe, what if they just completely remove the defense class and they just make it support? They make every single... I think that would be the easiest option. Get rid of the defense class entirely and just make it make every single old defense character just a support character. Easy out. They should add a character that gives a debuff that increases the damage that you deal to miasma shields. What a niche debuff. It's just the characters have to be complex enough to like have other things that they can do as well. So like just giving a buff that to a temporary state. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, buffs always just come down to deal more damage. Deal more damage. That is what every single buff ends up being, right? They'll probably buff season and stop releasing them. I mean, I don't know, man. They just released Xiao. Who knows? Maybe they're really trying to save this class. Classes overall just kind of went more from which role is best against enemy to attacker and support in different flavors. Yeah, that's basically just all it is. I mean, I think that's kind of just how the game kind of like ended up panning out. Like that's just how the structure of the game is built from the floor up, you know? And I think that's kind of inherent to most gacha games. Is that or these gacha games with any similar system to how Zenless's works, right? Is you're gonna end up with this type of system where it's just fuck. I thought I could hitless the Jester again. It's not meant to be. Is like, I mean, like Honkai Star Rail is the same way, where it's just support and like just characters that can support other characters, and then you have DPS. Like that's just, I think that's just ultimately how these types of games, like team building games, kind of just work like that. The only game that seems a little bit different to me right now is Arknights Enfield. Actually, Arknights Enfield has quite the interesting like class system where I think it might be able to avoid that issue where like classes are where it's just like attacker plus support fest. But at the same time, it's kind of already that, you know? It's like, oh yeah, you have guards and you have like strikers and you have like this and that. But at the end of the day, they're all just kind of just attacker support, right? But I mean, you can use some characters to attack that aren't attackers either. I mean, it means that you have 3 different classes of attacker types, but they also function as... So every single character has the potential to be an attacker, and every single character... Not every character has the potential to be an attacker, but most characters have the potential to be an attacker. And then most attackers as well have the potential to be a support. I guess that's how it is. But like, people will always find out what's optimal, and at that point there's no reason, like, the difference disappears again, right? So daggers, let's see who can do it. Wait, that's not daggers. Not daggers, right? Now daggers. 2 1 2. Oh, I missed it. Okay. I mean, it missed me, but I also missed it. I didn't get hit, though. I'm gonna take it. I didn't get hit. I'll take it, even though it's not optimal. It's fine. The miasma shield is fake, after all. It's fake against Yashinguang. Probably. Yep, it's fake. I've never seen the moveset after daggers though, because if I fail daggers, I usually just reset. That was a nice change of pace, I guess. Yay! I still don't use my Bangbu chain attack. I've gotten too used to not using it. I actually used to use Bangbu chain attack all the time because I was like, this is sick. And I realized it's a waste of time, and I don't do it anymore. HSR has debuffers. I mean, kind of. They have the Nihility class, but they really count. Does that really count as debuffing? I mean, I guess. I guess it does. ZZZ has no proper debuffer class, you know. At the end of the day, it is just a game design issue. And honestly, like, we've been talking about it, but I don't know. I don't think it's that big of an issue. Like, it's something to discuss, but at the end of the day, if they never do fix it, then I think I'll still enjoy the game for the most part, because it's like the combat fundamentals that matter more to me than like the flavor of the month, like character that we're playing, right? What the fuck? 91,000? Oh, I got hit! Oh my god. When did I get hit? Did I get hit by the dagger? Or was it at the very end there? But I actually can't believe I got hit there. Thank God for restart, man. Ah, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. The reason BioWare games are similar to Enfield because the same build stacks and detonate. That's really backlit versus fun letter damage. Yeah, I guess I can see that being the case. Enfield bosses are more mechanic heavy. Yeah, that's definitely true. I wonder how long they're gonna keep that. Like, if they're gonna keep that up, because I feel like. No, never mind. I was gonna say like the early days of Zenless bosses also had that kind of feeling to them, but they didn't really. Like Dead and Butcher had like some mechanics, but for the most part you just kind of just beat the shit out of him, just like with every other boss. Oh no, he's going into phase, and I'm going into phase as well. Which means I can't use Yishin Guang's super flying move to dodge everything. Wait, that. It was the second one. I swear to God, it was the third. Guys, I'm not intentionally padding the duration of my stream. I wanted to end this fight a long time ago. But for some reason, Heretical Jester just doesn't want to let me leave. Let me out, please, Heretical Jester. Second dagger. One. Wait a second. Wait, I just did the red counter. I just did a red flash defense. Well, it just did a perfect dodge, but it works. If that's the case, then can't we do that for all of them? We might have just solved my. We might have just solved the Jester. If this is the case, the future Jesters will be significantly easier. I'll just have to try it in the future. And hopefully not forget. Still not enough damage in this window, huh? My buff is gonna fall off here too. Bosses are now more mechanically heavy than they were. Yeah, they're definitely a lot harder than they were when they first came out. But even then, it's still, I don't know. I still feel like it's pretty no diff, you know. Like most bosses, it's just like most of the time that you're fighting the boss, you don't care about what the boss is doing. And then there's like small instances of time where it's like, okay, during this instance, I have to stop hitting the boss and let the boss hit me. But then it's just like defensive assist, defensive assist, defensive assist, right? I thought this was cool because you had a damage check. Oh, the cocoon damage check? Yeah. But isn't that damage check like really easy to hit? I don't think I've ever missed it before. Oh yeah, Geppetto. I think Geppetto was probably one of the most interesting bosses, but there was like a regular enemy, an elite enemy, the one in Wuling, right before the end of the story, in the metro, in the area where they like view the environment, the environmental, what is it called, the environmental research facility or whatever it's called. The boss in that area was one of the more mechanically interesting ones. I like that boss a lot. Have you seen how people cry when they add a boss? Dude, that's the biggest issue. That's the biggest issue with gacha games. Is they're trying to appeal to too large of a target audience. You know, like if you were only to target gacha games towards, like, let's say for example, people that play Souls games or people that play other RPGs that are used to having harder content, then it would be fine. It would be a lot easier to like add difficult content, or like it'd be easier to add more mechanics and stuff like that without having to worry about your casual player base. But since Zenless has to worry about its casual player base, they can't do that. Because if they add something that's too hard, then the casual will start crying about it. I mean, I don't hate casuals, by the way. I just think that is just how it is, you know? It is what it is. It's the unfortunate reality of how gacha games work, but whatever, you know. It is what it is. Casuals, tryhards. Is there really a difference when the game is not really competitive in the first place? But I do like that they have that option every single time in the survey. They have the option where it's like, I'm playing this game, but I want it to be not challenging, or I want to play challenging content in Zenless, or I want to play. I enjoy challenging content, but I don't want to play Zenless for challenging content, like stuff like that. I think that's it's a good survey, and I'm very, very curious to see what the results are. I expect them to probably be more heavily favored to. I expect them to be heavily favored towards like playing casually, but if like the recent releases they've all done, like control skills and like there's all sorts of stuff that like leads me to believe that there is quite the large audience that wants more complicated combat. Another Fisher crab. Also, that is floor 350 in 2 hours, which means we were faster by 30 minutes because it was, my original calculation was 10 floors every 30 minutes. We're at 2 hours and we've gone 50 floors. And this was stat enhancement 15. And the only thing I changed was just using Yixing Wang for every single fight instead of ever using Yixuan. So I guess for the next 350 floors, you're going to see me do the exact same thing over and over again. I sure hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys enjoy watching me play Yixing Wang every single day. In the exact same way every single day. It's hard to do the Defiler damage check with Anomaly. I mean, I guess that's true, but why would you ever bring Anomaly into Defiler? Her mechanic is crit damage, isn't it? You know, the dev need to bring back the QTA from Orpheus and Isolde's duel. Oh, that's right. That one was really cool. And I think I let Orphe die when I did that in the story. I was like, I wonder what happens if I don't interact with it. And I didn't. And then I died. You always ask for more difficult content surveys? Me too. Every single survey, I'm like, please, more difficult content. Because there is still nothing in the game yet that I'd say is like truly challenging, you know? Like, I'm not saying we have to have Promise Concert Radon. We don't need Promise Concert Radon. But let's like at least get like Radagon or Melania, right? Like something like that, maybe. I think it's like the tower mode, adding a rank and title. Yes, I do like that they have this competitive aspect, despite the game not inherently being too competitive, but in a way that's like, because it's hard to make this game competitive, right? Like how, like let's say for example PvP. How do you add PvP to a game where people can spend money and be stronger than you? It's like the worst form of pay to win of all time, right? Who would want to play that type of PvP? Also, I think I'm gonna get to 100 million because we're at 44 million, and And information has told me that, a chatter has told me that that would be the case. I guess it'll probably be the case. Well, that's the tower in general. Yeah, just doing the same thing over and over again. It is definitely just the tower in general. I'm still not tired of it, surprisingly. But I feel like since I have to do what I've already done, but again, all again, I might get tired of it by the end. But let's see, we started with 23 days, and now we have 15 left. So we've gone 8 days. Yeah, it's been 8 days, and we've done through half of it. So time seems to be lining up. I think I'm gonna make it, guys. I think I'm making it top 1%. Do you have base characters or their constellations? I have... The only character that I have copies of, like limited character, is Ambi. I love Ambi. He's the only character I have limited character that I have copy of. I lied. I immediately lied. Sorry, I also have Miyabi copy. I have one Miyabi. I think that's it. For limited characters. That's not a limited character. Oh. That's right, I got really lucky with M1 Jane. This was not on purpose. I didn't even want Jane down, actually. I pulled for her because she was the first banner where base Ambi was boosted rates. That's the only reason I pulled for her. Yeah, that's it. She doesn't count. Look at this. We're so close to having her feet. Well, not really, but we're halfway there. Another 2 years and we'll be there. They've never added PvP to their game that's not event based. Yeah, they're not going to. It doesn't make any sense to add PvP to a gacha game for the at least this type of gacha game. Shouldn't really bring Anomaly against Defiler, but you did it to see just how bad it is. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I mean, there's always people that are doing crazy shit in Deadly Assault, right? Like, there's still people that play Anton in Deadly Assault. And like Ben Bigger. Have you seen the Ben Bigger guy? Oh, the one guy that plays Ben Bigger and just like clears content that you can't clear with Soldier 11 or something like that. It was kind of insane. Yanagi Piper Yuzaha. You rotate between the 3 teams? You wanna look at my teams? Look at my teams. I have 7. I have 7 teams. Alice never gets to see the light of day after I got Yashin Guang. If there's ever a physical weakness, it's always Yashin Guang. She's Harim because you can't put a space here, and it's really ugly if you can't put a space to have Soldier 11. So I just used her her fake name, her fake real name, her Ambi name, her Ambi version name. My Miyabi Mono Ice team, which I hardly ever play anymore either, but is there. And then Banya, and he's in the very bottom corner for very obvious reasons, because he's also a last resort. I only ever play him if I can't do any of the other Rupture units. I got lucky. I got quite a few lucky pulls. You were asking because you saw someone on floor 1000 with all 3 Void Hunters with max copies. Yeah, I mean, that's... I don't think the stat enhancements goes past 15, so it shouldn't really make a difference whether you're at M3 or not, which is a really good balancing choice by Hoyo. Make it so you don't need that, but having maxed out copies would make it a lot easier. Zizi mentioned PvP. Yeah, it's probably just gonna be like what is it? Like Bangbu Arknights again, or Bangbu TFT. Bangbu TFT is so ass, by the way. Every single time it comes out, it's so horribly balanced. It's insane. It's really funny, but the last time it came out, there was a ton of people talking about the IP address leaks or whatever, right? I didn't play during that time. Well, I mean, I didn't play the event until like the day before it ended. So I was just fighting bots the entire time. But it doesn't really make a difference if you're fighting bots or real people, because the Bangbu TFT event was so easy that even if it was real people, you would usually still just win anyways. When's my crazy Banryu video coming? I'm not playing Banryu. That character is fun, but it's so weak. So weak. It does not feel good to play that character. It doesn't do any fucking damage, but no, Yuzaha, dude, look at my team. I don't have any anomaly units. I only have 2. I have 2 anomaly units. She doesn't count. I didn't want to pull for her. These are the only 2 anomaly units I pulled for. Is there anything in common between them? They both have EBA 3. That's it. Anomaly. 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 Ellen Joe. I'm the exact opposite of you. Yeah, I'm an attack fraud. I'm a crit damage enjoyer. Even though my crit damage stats are fucking awful. Except for hers. What I really want to know is who Ambi and the Soldier 11 clones are based off of. I think so as well. That is a very interesting, and that's the thing. Ambi's story is not done yet. We are not even close to the end of Ambi's story. She's gonna get more stories, and I hope she gets all the stories. Every new story must be an Ambi story. If Ambi doesn't show up in every story, I'm fucking rioting. I'm rioting. Why is Banria weak? His numbers just aren't high. I mean, my Banria is also very poorly built. Do not look at him. But even if he was better built, he just doesn't hit as hard as the carries of the modern day. Even though he's also a modern day character. But Banria is fun. He is fun to play. Or at least he was fun to play when he first came out. But after you learn how to play Banria, he kind of just feels like every other character with a few more inputs. Which is still fine. It's still relatively fun. Why everyone in my chat is a fucking anomaly shill. Everyone is an anomaly shill. You're either a new player, you're an anomaly shill, or you're an Ambi lover. I don't think there's actually that many people here that are Ambi lovers. I think I might be the odd one out here. That's okay. The less people that like Ambi, the better, actually. I have an outpost. I don't know if I should be showing my outpost. Never mind. I guess it doesn't fucking matter, right? You just don't care. Look at this. Ambi Burger Squad, level 20. level 20 Ambi Squad. I'm in a lot of outposts. I don't know what half of these outposts are. They just invited me, so I joined them. Look, there's one for VTubers as well. These are not real VTubers. No one here says anything. I have all of my chats muted as well, so I have no idea. This is Kete's outpost. I'm in it, but... We love Ambi. Of course we love Ambi. Everyone loves Ambi. There's no one here hates Ambi, right? Is there anyone that hates the poster girl ZZZ that still plays ZZZ? Waiting for the Discord thing? There is no Discord thing. Should I make an outpost, guys? Should I make my own outpost? We'll be so behind on the times, and it doesn't even do anything because there's no real benefits to being in more than just one outpost. But I can make one. I should make my own outpost and just only have myself be in it. Now I'm gonna have to kick all of you guys eventually. Every single person in my outpost getting kicked. I don't want to have to think about making an outpost, so I'm not going to. I'm already in 9 anyways, so no outpost for you guys. You guys might get a Discord in the next millennia or so, but I don't know. For now, you're just gonna have to deal with only streams. And if I forget to stream for a week and you all forget about me, then we can remember the times that we had. And that's it. Don't you get more intel missions on the intel board from more outposts? Yes, you do, but just having look at this. I'm in 9 outposts, so my intel board is constantly full. This look at this. It's the end of the week nearly, and there's still commissions. That's how many there are. Ambi and Yushan end up being related since it looks so similar. There's a chance, right? Because Yushan is an orphan, but I feel like the correlation is white hair and yellow eyes, and that's it, right? But I mean, if you really look at it, every single anime character's face kind of just looks the same. If we took off Dylan's hair, if we made all of Dylan's hair white, then people would be like, yeah, Dylan and Ambi, clones, right? If we make Alice's hair white, she's a clone as well. You know what? Why don't people speculate that she might be related to Seth? Look, their hair looks exactly the same. Seth is a member of the police force. Oh, you know what? She's an Oni. Also, it's crazy how the Oni plotline has just never been explored. They announced they showed it with Yanagi's trailer, and they've just never touched on Oni ever again. There's only Sokaku. She's the only Oni. You think Ambi and Soldier Zero are related? Huh. I don't know. I think these two. It's pretty obvious they're different characters, right? Look, she's white. All of her clothes are white and black, and her clothes are green and black. Wait a second, you're right. They have black clothes. Holy shit. I think these are the same character, guys. I have an even crazier theory. I think Soldier 11 and Banria are the same person. Look at them. Don't you see the striking resemblance? There's yellow on her shirt, and Banria has yellow on his pants. This is the new theory. Everyone shut the fuck up about Sunbringer. We have to talk about how Soldier 11 and Banria are the same character. They're both fire damage frauds. Neither of them deal damage. You guys like the Banria ASMR? Just have him roll his balls forever. Crazy theory, crazy theory. We had to pitch it to all the big ZZZ content creators. Think about all the clout that we'll get, guys. Think about it. It's kind of crazy how much lore you can miss out if you never watched the YouTube videos. Oh, it's insane, right? There's people that were talking about it in my one sentence character lore video thing. It was like, I had no idea Yanagi and Sokaku were even like related in that way, you know? There's people that just thought that they were in the same faction together. But it's cool though. That reminds me, I have to go and watch the Arknights Enfield trailers. I mean, like, not their YouTube videos. I keep forgetting to do that, or not forgetting, but I want to do it. I look at them and then I stop wanting to watch them. I'll do it eventually. Guys, you guys want to watch me play? We saw Lady Sunbringer and Banria's demo. Did we? I can't even remember, bro. There's too many. The only reason I ever rewatch demos is if they have aura farming moments, or if I need the clips for a video or something like that. Shows up at the very start. Huh. No, wait, I'm telling you guys, 2046Z and NZT and NTZ 752, you guys are like the same person. Like, your names are like kind of eccentric, and you're just like, you just, it's insane how much like you're just bouncing off of each other. You guys should start dating. Don't do that. My chatters are not allowed to interact with each other. You're only allowed to interact with me. I actually don't care for that rule at all. It's a rule that's pretty common in a lot of like chat sections. Is like, oh, don't like, make sure you talk to the streamer, which is like, I understand why, right? Like, the streamer doesn't want to see people chatting in their chat with each other because then it makes less content for the streamer to talk about. But the thing is, I'm very nosy, or not so much nosy. If you're chatting in my comment section, I can see it, so I can say whatever the hell I want, right? But I have no shame. So if I see you guys talking to each other, I also talk to you guys. Like, I'll just respond at the same time, you know, or I'll join in I'll hop into the conversation. That is what it takes to be. That's what it means to have no shame. The one with the hard ass song. Oh, isn't it like it sounds like some monastery ass monastery music, like a monk, like he's a monk, which I guess is what he is. He's most likely the one that fixed the Banria's core. Yeah, that is. I threw that theory into the. I was talking to Dinglebob TV. I don't know if you guys know that guy. He's also a lore creator. But I was talking to him and I was like, I'm pretty sure that was just Sunbringer, the sage that fixed Banria's logic core. Definitely Sunbringer. Sage from Marcel Group. The Mongolian song? Yeah. Man, you guys... He stands for Miyabi, but he didn't say he's an anomaly shill, so... I mean, I also stand Miyabi, so... Does that mean I stand Miyabi because because she can crit. That's why I picked her. I was like, oh, anomaly character that can crit? I'm picking Miyabi. I'm picking up Miyabi. And then I picked up Alice because, I don't know. She's really cute. Look at her. I like how she's fully covered as well. Like, I mean, like, yeah, her character design is kind of like erotic, but like, look at her. She's a fully covered lady with incredibly intense jiggle physics. It's the same case with Miyabi. Look, fully covered. She's got leggings on and pants. And jiggle physics. Woo! But like, people are always talking about like jiggle physics, right? But come on, guys. There's jiggle physics on everything. Look at this guy's fucking jacket. We're jiggle physicsing. Damn. Damn. Everything's jiggly. Damn. Look at those pants. Perfectly symmetrical, except for her eyes. I heard this is because she's a rabbit and they can't distinguish these colors from one another. They're like partially colorblind, which would be pretty cool. Oh, it's also like the one thing with Yuzuha has where people are like, yeah, Yuzuha, she's deaf. Look, she has hearing aids on. These are hearing aids, and it's hinted at a few times in the story that she's hard of hearing, which is really cool. Casual, subtle character design aspects like that, very interesting. No, while in beta, Alice actually built this. She's built the same. Oh, she was a crit character. I remember that, and I remember seeing her, and people were just like, "Yeah, she's just physical Miyabi." I mean, she's even got like EBA 3, right? I was thinking about part of the reason I pulled her as well is because like I felt like she would have a similar like play loop to Miyabi, but then I never actually looked into it more. She was really fun. I do want to play her more, but I don't have Yuzuha, so my Alice team kind of sucks. Intermediate, she puts her headphones over them. Yeah, it's a very cool way of doing casual character design, and like that's the thing that's so crazy about this game, right? Is like they have aspects that, like this that are so interesting, and then they'll just have. Wait, what's the most devious example? And they'll just have this. Oh, you can't even see it. Never mind. Oh, you can't see it. And then Evelyn. This is what a bodyguard would wear, by the way. Very bodyguard-esque. Trust me. Ass. And then Bernice. Bernice is cool. She's fine. Drunk biker. Motels, mixers, something else. Set it on fire. Okay, anyways, I've been yapping for too long today, guys. I was gonna end stream an hour ago, and then I was convinced to keep going on the tower, and so I did. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you to all the chatters and all the lurkers. If there are any lurkers, I still don't look at how many live viewers I have. So maybe everyone that's here is already is a chatter, but that will be it for today's stream. I will be streaming again tomorrow at the same time slot, which is 2 hours ago, 2 hours and 30 minutes ago from the current time slot. So if you would like to drop by again, feel free to. If not, goodbye forever. Never come back. If you miss a single one of my streams, you're never allowed back. We're gonna set up the the hollow culling games next time. I'm gonna make sure to have a entire setup where I can put you guys in purgatory, cut off your arms, ban you forever. Wait, can I time you guys out? Hold on. Oh, I can time you guys out. We'll have a jury system eventually, just not now. I'm too busy trying to climb the tower. Anyways, thanks for coming, guys. That's it for the stream. Bye bye.